Hey there, folks. Welcome to another Retro CSS Battle. This is October 10th, 2024. And this is one that I was never able to succeed. If you look at my solutions here, I did them all on the day 6 months ago. Just was not able to complete it. The diff looks like that, which is close. As you can see, I'm doing multiple elements, the position fixed. My approach today is really just to not do it like that. How can I simplify this code so that I have less moving parts? Um, there is an interesting overlap of all of these elements, right? And so the order matters. To me, what I see today is two kinds of gradient deployed with different background positions. So let's go for it and let's see if we can get that done. No elements that are not body or HTML are necessary, so I can just use the ampersand, and I'm going to put this purple in the background. So that's how we get a purple background, and I'm going to have a var of a circle, and let's create that circle. Var dash dash, or so it's dash dash C, the radial gradient, which is a circle. That's Gwen in the background barking, of an orange and then transparent, which is hash 0000 and a semicolon. So there's your circle. Now that's got to have an extent of, say, 20 pixels and 0. And that's too small. 2, 3, 4. Maybe it's 35. All right. So I can do that multiple times. So let's do it 3 times. And each one I'm going to give a different background. Right now they're all on top of each other, so you see one circle. So minus 100 pixels, minus 100 pixels to do one up there, and then 100 pixels minus 100 pixels to move to top right, and then 0, and then minus 50 pixels or something. Or no, 50. There we go. 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 75, 76, 77, 77, let's say. 78, 77, 76. 77 looks best, so we'll take that. Okay, so this guy is up too far. Both of them are up too far. 9, 8, 7. Is it 77? Might be 77. Cute. 77 there as well. And then this is, so where are they? Not far over enough. 120. No. 80. 7. Is it 77? No, it's 67. And interestingly, so the offness, how far wrong is it, looks a little bit asymmetric. So we might have some half pixels here, which might have been the problem that I had before. But obviously we've got fewer knobs to turn now, so we can do each one at a time. But let's just get close. 6, 67, 68, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5.5, 65, and then let's do this. This one will probably be minus 65. Okay. All right, for the rectangle, I definitely like a conic gradient for this. Is it the best? No, but it's getting. If I do it right, then it'll allow me to have a gradient that I can tightly control. So let's put that var here, var dash dash r, comma. There it is. Now I got to move him over, right? And move him down. So I want to align him with the top one. So way too far down. It needs to be like 20, 18, 19, 18, 17, 17, let's say. give him a center at 30 pixels, 80 pixels or something like that. Okay, so we need to be a little further over. 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 5 looks right. Okay, so now we change the center of that conic gradient on the intrinsic size, which is 400 by 300. So we're going to go further over, 50, 60, 70. 70 looks right. And then down, 100, 110. That's our second variable. Now right now, let's put them all in place. So we're going to do 2 more of those. And then the other 2 have similar kinds of numbers, right? So probably minus 67 and plus 67, and then down like 77 and 77. And it's kind of a mess, sure. A little bit of a mess. Okay, so we got the first one is good. Let's do the next one. 65, 165, 265, 210, 225, 230, and then down 180, 170, 69, 68, 7, 8, 9, 70, 71, 72. That looks pretty good. 72, and then that number is 6, 7, 8, 9, 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay. So now the order is wrong. So we've got the 3 squares, rectangles, and then the 3 circles. So the topmost, so we get the order wrong. So let's say these circles come first. And now we have a trailing comma. We got the trailing comma problem. Trailing comma is okay in JavaScript. Trailing comma is never good in CSS. I don't believe there are interpreters that forgive that, and so we just have to be mindful of all of that code. I think so. We got the circles, and some of these things need things on top of them. So let's do circle, and then another circle is on top of the next one. So that is going to be this one, I think. Yes. So that's that first set. So circle, rectangle, circle, and then it's circle between the circles. And let's submit that and find out whether we got a 100% match. I'm cautiously optimistic. And that's 99.8% match. That is not good enough. And sorry for the banging in the background if you can hear that. So what do we need to do to fix these circles? The 2 top ones are definitely a problem. They're like just off, right? So 3, 4, 5, 4.5. Really just trying to understand what these numbers are. It's the circles we do want to change. 80, 79, 78. 78 looks pretty good. Five. Let's try that one. Each change we make is just slightly better, but is it 100%? That is the question for us. We have weight on the back end. Now it's 99.7%, so we're getting worse. That's bad. It's also possible that this circle has a fuzziness about it. What happens if we do that? So we're making that gradient be just a little bit on the fuzzy side. Is that any better? No, it's not any worse, but it doesn't seem really like the right insertion. How about 35.5 pixels? Maybe that's going to be. And now, so we sort of see a little bit of an error there. So maybe we need to move a little bit further over. 66, 5, 4, 5.5, 4.5. And then this one could go a little bit further up, 0.5 up, 7.5. I'm just going to keep tweaking these half pixels, even though it seems somewhat hopeless. Because even though a lot of this looks like pretty good code, it's just not there, right? It's a great disappointment to me when this happens, and it happened with the other solutions as well. I've mentioned before that there's a channel dedicated to 99.9% solutions in the Discord for CSS Battle for problematic puzzles like this. Okay, so what do we need to do? Kind of looks to me like just one edge is wrong. So what if what we need is another circle? Like we've got the edges right, but what if this circle is not really a circle, or there's an additional circle that's a little bit odd? So I'm going to copy one of these, and commas trailing, and I'm going to move it down vertically, so less negative, so 76, 77, 78, 77, 8, 0.1, 2. It kind of looks a little better, right? I don't think I should need to do that, but at this point I'm kind of in the trying anything mode, because it doesn't seem like, you know, what I'm doing is working correctly. So any character I can shave, any percentage of quality I can try to improve on is to the good. What else can we do? Let's try this 0 again and resubmit. Still stuck at 99.8% match. I won't lie and tell you that I'm happy about that. I am not happy about that. What else can we do? I mean, essentially, I've done it. I can't see what the problem is. I will sip my coffee as I think. And I can't seem to adjust them. So make the circle smaller. 5, 6, 35.1, 2, 3, 2, about 34.5 or something. And let's get rid of these extras. And that's still stuck at 99.8% match. I can't even get to 99.9% match. And so would it help if I did 30 and then attempted to center them better? But I don't think I'm having any better with that. So 35 I think is the number, or it's certainly close to the number. What else can we do? I feel like I'm kind of tapped out. Like I want to show. Let's okay. So we did this and it failed. Let's try for elements. I mean, I definitely was diligent about what I was trying to do there, but to me, keep trying a thing and it doesn't work, and you gotta try something else, right? Like that's kind of the rules of the game. Let's do margin, and it's going to be a var of an amp value or some number, and then we're going to have a height, and I think we know it's 70, var h or 70, and the background is that color. And that's not what I want. What I want is a height. There we go. So that's what we got. So we want things on top to come first. So this one has to come first. Right? Another idea is these are three elements. The middle one is flipped upside down, and the rightmost is the last one. So actually, we need to do. Not excited about that chance. Not excited. Let's do this. Do an order. Fa, down, fa, and then fa, fa, fa. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which I think is the technique that I tried before, but it didn't work. So let's set some margins. 40, 38, 37, and that height is 70, we think. That's 100, 80, 90, 91, 92, and then this number 200. Whatever that magic number is to get to border radius. So let's do border radius now, 50%. And do 10, 20, 21, 22. That looks pretty dead on, right? All right, next one. This will be B. B is going to have to go next to that. M. So dash dash M has a bunch of numbers. Its border radius is, so var dash dash R, comma, 50%. And let's make the dash dash R 0. And then the color is also variable var dash dash C for color. And the color of him is this red. Like that. Okay, now just minus 80, minus 90, and we need to set a height, 110, and margins on the side, 200, 170, 160, 55, 56, 57. All right, and then a number over here, 100, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57. That looks pretty clean. All right, now we want a PC, and each one of these in turn, different numbers. Now his default, all we need to do, well, margins should be able to put us where we want. So --m, and it's going to be very similar to these numbers. Probably with this flopped with this, so 92, 0, 222. And then a minus number here. And then you got to make sure you use the correct specifier. There it is. The correct actual attribute to select that item. So many times debugging Java, CSS. Is that the one? Is that the one I'm affecting? Yeah, trickiness. Okay. Okay, so now let's do P, D. D is going to be very similar to B. In fact, do we just want to do B for him? No, we don't. We're going to go verbose. We want complete control. I know this would be premature optimization. We don't want that. Okay. There he is. That 90 number. So this number needs to go up 2, and this needs to come down 57. That 90 is too much. 70, 65. There it is. A little higher here. 67, 77, 85, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 91, 92. This number comes down 4, 3, 2, 20, 21, 22. That's what we got now. All right, P, E. Any Public Enemy fans in the house? PE, that's classic rap group that doesn't seem like classic to me. That was like that's just a rap group, a great one. Nothing classic or old school. That's like the school. All right. Regardless. All right. Okay. So now we got that circle. We're too far over, and we want to move him into place. So we got to increase this number and decrease this number. 1, 8, 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this number goes up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks pretty good. And then PF. And F is going to be very similar to D. Flop these margins. And he's kind of there, a little more negative. 7, 8, 5, 86, 7, 88, 89, 90. All right. Let's cross our fingers that we've got 100% match. We might not And if not, this is where I'll stop. Yeah, we're stuck at 99.8% match. I think this is one of the problematic ones. But process-wise, we do whatever we need to do to create the design that we've designed, or that we've gotten from a designer that we're trying to do, regardless of whether the assessment is that it's incorrect or isn't 100% match. We do our best. That's the goal here. And sometimes you can't get that great score. It's a disappointment to me. It really is. And this one is not even 99.9% match. This is 99.8% match, which is, well, it's just very frustrating. For this, I'm going to load top solutions. I normally don't. I like to avoid these, but I'm curious to know if anybody got 100% match. So if I load this code, you'll note that it doesn't work in Safari. So that's the top solution that works in Chromium, which is the backend browser. Let's load this one. And that one doesn't work either in Safari. Let's load this one. That one seems to work. So that's pretty clever. Doing the same kinds of things that we do. When I look at this diff, I see a bunch of differences. So, when looking at the top solutions, like, well, these are, and very, very clever solutions. But I don't feel good about submitting these as my work. I mean, I know it's just a game and it doesn't really matter, but seeing how brittle the CSS is obliged to be, I don't want to learn from that. Like, Code Golf has different incentives from creating designs for the web. As much as I learn a lot from CSS Battle, I know that I can't be a top player because I can't completely disconnect what I think code ought to look like from let's get the best score. And the best score is going to win. That's what the battle is, and that makes perfect sense. These videos, I'm trying to share a little bit about how I think about CSS and how I approach things. And so it's a little bit different incentive structure of how I think about it. But my solutions are my solutions. This is the top one, a very frustrating 99.8% top out. Done two different ways, one with pure backgrounds, one with pure elements. Both seem to have the same limit. Unfortunately, not clear to me exactly why that is, but it doesn't matter. It's fun exercise regardless. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. Go make a web page. Web pages are fun, even though sometimes they're a little frustrating. But we learn every time we make a web page. Bye-bye.